Okay, it is that time again. Let's open up and see what is in this month's Paletteful pack. Let's get started. Alright, so this is the October Paletteful packs that just shipped out. And so, yeah, let's get in here and see what's going on. Oh, Lord. I see alcohol inks. Purple confetti. Alright. Oh, this ought to be really, really messy. I'm glad I've got my mat down. So, I am seeing a bunch of Marabou alcohol inks. This one's, let's see, we got lemon, aqua green, magenta, turquoise, cherry red, Caribbean, however you want to say that, metallic gold, and rainbow. Ooh, that one should be interesting. And then we got bunches and bunches and bunches of confetti. So let's get everything else out of the box. We'll read over the content list and see what else is inside. Okay, so here are the rest of the contents. We have got an alcohol ink art panel, double-sided vinyl hardcore substrate, some Yupo medium, and some brushes. So Inktober 2019 Premiere Pack is all about alcohol inks. Fantastic. Marabou alcohol inks, 7 colors plus rainbow color additive. We'll have to look up and see what that is. The panel is 8x10. The Yupo paper, whatever you want to call it, it's 5x7. Princeton brush golden Taklon set of 4. Oh, and they put the Inktober prop list on here. So today is the 3rd, and today's word is bait. So I don't know exactly how to make a drawing with alcohol inks, but let's just play with the alcohol inks to start with. So, yeah, let's just jump in. I'm going to get set up and I will be right. I'm just going to sort of dive right in here, and I think what we're going to do is sort of not really swatch, but kind of swatch the actual colors that we get with this to see how they look on paper. So I pulled out one of the Yupo, whatever's pages, and we're gonna see how to work this. So this has got a little pin in it. We're gonna open it that way. Nope, it says we have to stick a pin in it. Don't have a pin. Well, let's go find a pin. Alright, so hopefully this is sharp enough and will work. It's about the same as a tack would be. Let's see if we can get in here and get this thing open. Oh, okay, we did. I think we did. Oh! Ah! Alright, so I have worked with alcohol inks like once, maybe twice before in a supply sampler unboxing. I thought it would be cool to play with some alcohol inks. So that is what I put in the box for the month. And yeah, it was definitely fun, but the result was not attractive. So are you supposed to shake these first? Let's shake them just in case. Yeah, there you go. Shake, 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 and then poke a hole in the top of it and hope that it doesn't splurge out. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly pierce all of these and get them all open without making a complete mess. And, yeah, then I'll be right back with you. And we're going to swatch them all out. Oh! Don't shake the bottles until after. Don't shake the bottles. It's okay. There's magenta everywhere. It's fine. Alright, here we go. Okay, so here we have all of the different swatches. We've got gold, the magenta, the Caribbean, cherry red, aqua green, turquoise, lemon, and then the rainbow down here is like a white or probably a clear full of glitter. So that's awesome. I will just prep your workspace because there is now there is little rainbow splotches of alcohol ink all over my desk. So that's going to be fun to clean up, and all over my keyboard and way over there. So the little splooges actually go pretty far. But that being said, the colors look good. They're nice and vibrant and pigmented, so I mean, no complaints there. If you are hypernosmic or sensitive to smell in any way, they are very strong inks as far as odor is concerned, so that might be a warning if you were thinking about doing something like this. I did want to mention it. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to use these brushes for, if I'm going to use these brushes. So I think what we're going to do is just sort of go in here, since we've got all of this down, and start over on a new piece of paper and just see how the actual colors spread on a clean piece of paper and run into each other. And we're going to go from there, and I have got some isopropyl alcohol over here beside of me as well to help maybe thin out the colors a little bit. I don't know, so we're just gonna play, because I don't, like I said, I've used alcohol inks one time before, and it was fairly unsuccessful. So the result was kind of ugly. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna try to do a little bit better, and I am going to see how the inks sort of spread when you add alcohol ink to them, or alcohol to them. See if we can get some movement. Oh, and I just lost my little pipette down there in the bottom of my alcohol thing, because I'm prepared. I know that you're supposed to, a little is supposed to go like a really long way, and I just did the worst possible thing that you could do and did complementary colors. So I picked up the red and I picked up the green, and now I'm going to make mud. It's going to make mud. It's totally going to happen. I'm going to see if I can fish my pipette out. Yeah, that's not coming out. Okay, never fear, I have found another. So now this has had plenty of time to come in here and dry, but that's okay. So I'm going to put this here now. So we're just going to see what the colors do and how they behave. I'm not going to worry about trying to make anything pretty, because it's just not going to happen. It's really not. Let's see how the gold acts when you mix it with colors. I'm trying, I've got one spot where it's got alcohol inks down, or alcohol itself down, and then I've got some spots that are going directly onto the paper, and then some that I'm hitting with the alcohol after, and I'm sort of just observing how the paint or how the inks react to it. And I'm thinking that so far I really like how it looks with the alcohol already down, as opposed to how the rest look. Like, I think it looks better on a wet surface. The inks go down smoother on the wet surface than they are anywhere else. And they definitely move a lot better. The problem that I had with this before is, like, I would get to a point where I liked the way that it looked at a certain point, but because it's wet and it's going to continue to move, you could never like freeze it in that spot. If you tried to hit it with a dryer or heat gun or something like that, it's still going to move the paint. So you could never freeze it in exactly that spot that you love the way that it's looking. Let's see if it runs. Oh, it does. So the wet spots definitely run, and they'll run into the other, which is a look, but I don't think that I like the look that it's creating. I think that section was too wet. So like I said, we're not going to be creating masterpieces here today. We made mud. Okay, so mud, check. Got it. So I have an idea, and so what I want to do is the same thing that I have done for paint pouring and things like that, which is do a design in the middle and then around the edges have the alcohol inks. But in order to do that, you have to mask off the section that you want to remain solid. And before I move over to the board, I want to give that a shot here. So let's do something really simple. Like if I wanted to, let's at least try to make it straight. Let's see what this looks like. I wanted to have like this torn looking border. Say I'm gonna hand letter over top of it later. And I want 3 lines of text. So let's call it right here. Okay. And then one right here. Fairly evenly spaced, fairly centered. So then I want to see if that is going to be enough of a barrier to allow the alcohol inks to go around but not over. So we're going to test that out by putting some alcohol down. See, and I don't think it is because the alcohol is pulling up the tape. And it could be this tape. Let's just see how we do. I might have to just be a little bit more sparse with the actual alcohol, or it may just run straight up under the tape, which it kind of looks like it's doing. So let's go with greens and some pretty blue. Let's see. Oh, I like that. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Let's do that. See, this is what happens when you can just play. I like that effect. That effect is really, really pretty. Let's throw. This tape is coming straight up though, so at least we know that. I think it might stick to a different substrate better. But this is how we practice. Let's try. This is the clean release tape, painter's tape. Let's try some frog tape while that's drying. Shouldn't take too long to dry because it is alcohol ink, but I don't have anywhere to set this. Alright, let's try this green painter's tape and see if it's any better when it comes to holding underneath the liquid. This is the one that I have used in the past on acrylic pouring, so that I know that technically it can stand up to wet media. And it's painter's tape, which is a wet medium. So it could be the paper. Okay, I'm going to do the top line this time with the alcohol around it. See if that pulls the tape up. And then we'll move on from there. So alcohol. You're probably screaming at me, telling me that I'm doing this wrong and that this paper is expensive. I shouldn't be playing with it like this, but you know, hey, my box, I'll do it. I can go ahead and see right off the bat that the inks are going straight up under the tape, like straight up under the tape. It's not going to block it in any form. So I can see that red has bled right up underneath. everything under there is red. So this may not work on this particular paper. I don't want to waste too much of the ink. Let's try some of the gold. And because we can now, because I know that it's not going to work the way I want it to, let's just go in and throw some alcohol on top of it and see what happens. Okay, there you go. This is just not going to work. Okay, so let's go back over while that's drying and see what this ended up looking like and how bad the bleed was. Oh, it's still wet underneath. It's still wet underneath because the tape is sort of blocking it from drying. But it kind of has a cool effect. It's just not what I wanted. Alright, we're going to set that off to dry one more time. Oh, yeah, see, this one was much worse. So this tape definitely didn't hold up at all. And everything underneath the tape is soaking wet. So that's not going to cause the effect that we want at all. I think with this one, we could still turn this into a banner and make it pretty cute, but the test was pretty much unsuccessful. This one was definitely unsuccessful. It's got a lot of alcohol inks on it now, and it's going to continue to seep everywhere because it's still soaking wet. So I think what I'm going to do is just swing for the fences, go for broke, and I'm going to attempt the idea that I wanted to attempt, and just kind of see how it works out. I want to, okay, so here's what I'm thinking for the final piece. I want to block off a section or a shape for a Zentangle to go in. Don't know exactly what shape I want that to be yet, but I'm hoping that since this is just a little bit of a different substrate, that the tape will hold a little bit better. I'm going to go with the blue tape and not the green tape, that is for sure. I think that this is salvageable still, so I'm putting it off to the side where it can continue to dry, and we'll turn that into something hopefully. I don't know, we'll see how well this works out, but I'm going to use the blue tape. I'm going to go in here and block off a shape, and see you in just a minute, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so I'm back after a little bit. I had to go through my live stream, and I wanted to not cut my fingers off while doing this. So that being said, just to let you know what I did, I put this back down over top of the tape that I laid down, and I went around it with this little Fiskars thing, which is very, 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 very sharp, but it worked. So handy little tool because I couldn't find my little pin blades or anything like that, which is what I usually use. So there we have that. And so hopefully the plan is to go in with the alcohol inks and then have what resembles a circle in the middle when it dries. So we're going to attempt that. Maybe it'll look like a moonscape or something when it dries, because the other ones are dry. And this one doesn't look bad at all. A little weird, but not too bad. This one is a hot mess, but this one's not that bad. So this effect underneath the tape, probably I'm going to use less alcohol around there and then more alcohol towards the edges, and we're just going to see if it comes out. If it comes out, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So we're just going to go with what we got. So I'm going to jump right in. I'm probably just going to time lapse you through this. I may stop it here and there to say something, but yeah, just watch me play with alcohol inks, I guess. I'll do a voiceover so I can tell you sort of what I'm thinking at each individual point. Okay, so voiceover Amanda here. I'm not 100% sure what kind of insights I thought I might be able to offer you, considering the fact that I don't know what I'm doing, but here goes nothing. I laid down a bunch of alcohol. I tried to splurge the ink all over the place. This process definitely has a, oh my god, what am I doing with my life kind of ugly moment to it, and then if you push through that, the end result looks pretty good. Don't think that I'm using enough ink, so if you use alcohol inks, maybe you can let me know what I'm doing wrong in this process in the comments below. That would be super helpful for round 3 if I ever have to come across alcohol inks again. Maybe I should have left it at this point, because now that I'm watching the playback, it kind of looks pretty good there, but no, that would be too simple. And I'm thinking, I can't get the gold out of here, so I'll cheat, and that's what I did. It got stuck. If you beat it hard enough, it will actually start working again, but no, I didn't try that first. I just went straight to cheating. I went and grabbed some of my Ranger alcohol inks, which is the little case that you're going to see pop up right there, and tried with some of those. So I used a couple of the alcohol pearl inks just to give it a little something extra, since the gold wasn't working and I couldn't find my gold. So close enough, right? Maybe not. So then I mixed a couple of those pearls in, and then tried to go back to the regular marabou colors and work those in as well. I mean, all in all, I'm really pretty happy with the end result. I think it does come out good, but yeah, this might be a little too much. Like, this was about 20 minutes after the stopping point should have been, so it's kind of looking like a hot mess right now, but you know, it is what it is. Live and learn, c'est la vie, you know. All right, I'm gonna stop talking through this little process, and I will see you back in real time. Okay, so I'm going to stop. I cheated a little bit, and I probably talked about that in the voiceover, and that's okay, because I didn't have a lot of colors, and I was having a hard time getting the gold out. I was trying to find a gold in my Ranger alcohol inks that I used in my sampler, but just wasn't having a whole lot of success with anything, but bang on the end of it. Good job. It comes loose. And now we have to wait for this bad boy to dry. It is still pretty wet, and then we can reveal and see if we get our little circle inside. So it looks like the tape held up for the most part. It really does. It looks like it's a little peely right here, and maybe some around some of these big clumps, but it looks like it might have held up for the most part, which is really, really exciting. So you could do anything inside the circle once it's there if it held its shape like I wanted it to. And I pushed this tape down, so hopefully we have the semblance of a circle when it's dry. Okay, so here we are a few minutes later and one heat gun later, and I'm calling this dry. It's not. But for those of you who know me, you know that I lack any semblance of patience, and I want to pull this up so bad I can't even stand it. Plus, if it's wet underneath, I want that to dry as well. Oh, it's everywhere. But look, it's kind of cool looking. So, I'm going to move this. Okay, move that out of the way. And I think, because this is still wet, let's see if we can sop it up with our paper towel. It's kind of got this tie-dye effect in the middle from where the tape was layered. It's kind of got this weird sunburst effect. And I'm fairly certain if we go in with more alcohol, we can probably clean it up a little bit further. There are 2 pipettes down in my alcohol, by the way. So we're just gonna, I'll get it back when I guess the alcohol is empty. Because I don't think it's gonna happen before that. I'm gonna put some alcohol on here, and I'm gonna, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, if I had one of those little blender tools, I'm going to have to dig my stuff out. That would have been a handy little thing for them to include in the box. One of those little blenders. That's like sweeping up, right? Let's play with that. Just clean it up. Oh, we can go back in with the paintbrush as well. Actually dip the paintbrush in the alcohol, that's helpful. Not get it near the alcohol and hope for the best. Okay, so here we have the circle somewhat cleared out. The pink seems to have stained it the worst, like that's the one that's really dug in there and said I'm not going anywhere, but that's okay. Since we've already cheated once, I think we're just going to continue down the path. And I'm going to go in here with my Posca pens, and I am going to Zentangle in my circle. That was sort of my idea at first. We didn't put any writing utensils in the box. So then I was like, that's cheating. And now I'm like, we already cheated. So let's do this thing. Okay, so I'm going to put this down. I'm going to trace around the circle one more time. And we are going to go in here and detangle the crap out of this. Okay, I think I got more on the side of the protractor compass thingy than I did in the circle. So, yep, I'm just going to go in here and detangle this really, really quickly. Alright, you guys, there we have it. Oh, I love it. I tried to keep it nice and fun and loose in the middle and big so everybody could see what was going on. But we have our abstract, very sparkly background with our alcohol inks, which turned out a lot better than they did the last time I tried, even though I cheated a little bit and detangled in the middle. With my Posca pen. It's okay. I really like how this piece came out. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Did I get by with cheating, or should I not have cheated? Who knows? But yeah, definitely let me know how you think the piece came out in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. I want to thank you again so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Go down there and smash that like button. Give me a little thumbs up because it really helps the channel. And yeah, let me know what you're looking forward to next from the channel down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, y'all. Now I just want to give a quick shout out and thank you to each and every one of my patrons. Without you, I would not be able to do this for a living. So thank you so much for your support. If you would like exclusive coloring pages, prints, creature cards, and all kinds of fun line work, then check out the Patreon link in the description box below.